birth and growth of the ego. When a child is born, the child came into the world egoless, except for energies that are stuck within its cells, within its DNA. Energies, negative energies, the child received through his or her parental genes, DNA. So, throughout the process of birth and growing up, the child begins to be corrupted. What I mean by being corrupted is that the brain of the child begins to receive instructions, formation, and the brain also begins to develop habits, bad habits. By the time this child is 5 and up, then you have an ego. The ego is getting stronger because the child, the person keep feeding the ego through those bad habits, through those instructions and trainings the child is receiving from the parents or the surrounding. Now the child begins to identify himself or herself as the ego, the false self. Oh, I am short. I am Mexican. I am Brazilian. I am Argentinian. I am Spanish. I am English. I am African, Zimbabwean. I am European. I am white. I am brown skin. I am white skin, black skin. Now the child begins to identify herself or himself with all those aspects of the ego, titles and labels. Now the child has been taught to identify himself or herself as her body as well. Oh, I'm a female, I am a male. Some even went deeper into the confusion, into the illusion of who they really are. Many believe that they are bisexual, transsexual, all those illusion and confusion of the self, of who they really are. So all that, oh, I'm angry, I'm furious, I am violent, I am an atheist, I am an addict. All those labels, people begin to identify themselves as those things, as the situations, as the problems. They identify themselves with the emotions, sadness, loneliness. All of these things, all this stuff are egos. Many becomes very attached to those beliefs that they're willing to kill other people. They're willing to die for what they believe in. They are dying for beliefs. Ego is dying for beliefs of ego. Now, who are you beyond your ego? Who are you beyond your labels and titles? Who are you beyond your attachments and confusion? Who are you beyond all this illusion of who you really are? Many are attached to power, many want power, yet true power is within you. Many they become very radical to the aspect of, well, let's say for what they believe in. They believe in it so strong that the ego believe in it so strong that, the ego believes in an idea. The ego believes in an imaginary idea that there's nothing better than what they believe in. Now they become very radical to that belief. So they are willing to die for it. They're willing to kill the people for it. They're willing to destroy the planet, humanity, the trees, the everything for it, because they're living a life of illusion. Ego life. Now, what happens when you're egoless? When you have no attachment, when you have no labels, when you have no titles as your core. You are not those things. You're not your labels. You're not those beliefs, that the things you believe in. You're not them. You just have a belief. It's in your head. What is the truth here? The truth is that you're not your ego. You're not the ego. You're not you. The you that you've been claiming to be. You are beyond your ego. You are above all egos. You are above collective egos. You are above individual egos. You are above any type of ego. You are beyond emotions and beyond forms. You are the one who is aware that you have an ego. You are the one who is aware that you are thinking bad thoughts. You are the one that is keep calling you back home to the state of stillness, to the state of peace. You create your own ego, you give birth to your own ego. All the egos within everyone, within the mind of everybody, are your creations. Now, the true self, you, the real you, the peaceful you, the easeful you, the most powerful you, your higher self is calling you back to your normal state of stillness, to your normal state of silence, your normal state of being, your normal state of creativity, compassion, love, and yes, you're not the you that you have claimed to be. You are not the you that you are thought to be, or trained to be, believed to be. egos are subject to death. All egos are dying sooner or later because they're fake, they're not real. Yet the real you will always remain untouched. You are not subject to destruction. No one can destroy you. No one can affect you. No one can kill you. No one can steal you. No one can sell you. No one can make you suffer. No one. No one. You are eternal peace. You are eternal joy. You are eternal love. You are eternal compassion. You are eternal presence. You are eternal stillness. You are eternal divinity. You are the Alpha, Omega. You are the starting points and the finish points. Yet there are no starting points and no finish points. It's eternal, infinite divinity, infinite being, infinite spaciousness, infinite emptiness. This is you. And that state, no fear, no anxiety, no depression, no stress, no worries, no evil, no crimes, no wrongs, no dysfunctionality can live within that state of being divine, being holy, being pure consciousness. You are pure consciousness. You are the divine, the true essence of life. You give life meaning through your powers and through your presence. Stillness, presence. Infinite love and compassion.